Hello, all my dear students. In the last session, we have discussed about the principles of auditing, then various types of errors, then various types of frauds. In today's lecture, we will see about the advantages and limitations of auditing with some more concepts. So let us discuss this. So this is in brief about the topics covered in this video. The first is advantages of auditing, thereafter limitations of auditing, thereafter distinction between accounting and auditing, and last distinction between auditing and investigation. So let us discuss this one by one. First is advantages of auditing. This is what about the advantages of auditing. There are the advantages to the owners, that means shareholders, because these are the real owners of the company. Which are the advantages to the owners? First, errors and frauds are located and prevented. If you know, owners are the real investors of any company or any organization. If errors and frauds are located early and if they are prevented, it is beneficial to such owners and it is beneficial to them to get their investment secured in such type of organizations. Secondly, the owners are assured that accounts are properly maintained and frauds are not committed. It is the main purpose of any auditing system that it should give assurance. It should give assurance to the investors regarding the accounting affairs of any company. So, while conducting the audit, auditor checks the accuracy of transactions. If any discrepancy is there, the auditor find out that discrepancy and report it to the management. So, his duty is to find out such kind of errors or frauds and make it sure that such frauds should not committed anymore. Then next, tax authorities generally accept the audited accounts, as tax authorities rely on information which is provided by the company, and if it is audited one, the tax authorities get or accept such audited accounts for their fulfillment of legal formalities. In this way, the audit helps owners to prevent and locate the frauds and to improve the efficiency of concern. Then there are advantages of auditing in case of banks and financial institutions who use the audited financial information to decide the creditworthiness of an organization. If any organization wants to get financial assistance from bank and financial institutions, then it is necessary for the banks and financial institutions to check the creditworthiness of such organization, and auditing helps the banks to verify the financial position of such concerns. Then it increases the reliability of books of accounts. With whatever books of accounts has been prepared by the company, including profit and loss accounts, balance sheet, etc., is they provide true and fair view of the organization or not, has been audited by the auditor, and because of that the shareholders or the owners make reliable opinion on the books of accounts, that these books of accounts are providing true and fair view of the financial position. Thereafter, auditing can help the owners in deciding about the efficiency and honesty of their employees and accordingly can assist in taking right decisions. As the work of auditing involves checking, verification and examination of all the processes, systems and all the methods in the organization, it get easier for them to identify the deficiency areas, including deficiencies between the workers and honesty of the employees. So accordingly, they can guide the management regarding such deficiencies, and which can help the management to take right decisions. In this way, auditing helps the owners in very most effective way. Thereafter, there are advantages of auditing to the management as well. Which are those? First, the managers take large number of decisions and use accounting information or reports prepared out of financial accounting data. Now, why the report is essential for the management? Because management needs to take decisions regarding the accounting policies, regarding the company's overall policies, regarding the pricing decisions of the products. So because of the audited financial accounting data, it is easier for the management to fix the prices and to make managerial decisions. Thereafter, it also helps the management to get technical advice on internal control system, internal check system, as well as safeguarding of assets. It is very important for part of any organization is the inherent internal control system and internal check system. When auditor performing his duty of conducting examination and review of such systems in the organization, he can give his technical guidance, his technical advice for the betterment of such internal control systems and internal check systems. He can also suggest some ways to safeguard the assets of organization. In this way, he can help the management to improve their overall systems. Thereafter, audited financial statements are used by the management in settling disputes with workers. Audited financial statements are used by the management in settling disputes with worker means what? That if there is a trade unions and if the financial statements are audited by the auditor, the trade unions get assurity regarding the fair prices or fair wages, so that there cannot be any exploitation from the management of any worker. So we can say that there are advantages to the management as well. After the advantages to the management, there are advantages to other, that means third parties also, which are that like monitoring agencies like SEBI, stock exchanges can use audited financial information to monitor the capital market related activities. If the company is listed on any stock exchange, so the Securities and Exchange Board of India and the recognized stock exchange can have a strict control on such companies, because their shares are listed on such stock exchanges, and such audited financial information helps the such agencies to monitor the capital market related activities of that particular organization. Thereafter, employees and trade unions can use audited financial information for negotiation in wages. While fixing the wage structure, while giving remunerations, these financial statements and audited financial statements helps the employees and trade unions for getting a proper fair returns and to get a proper negotiation deal with the organization. Then bankers can assess the financial position to decide amount of overdraft facility. As we know, every company needs overdraft facility once a while in their prospect. So bankers also help to get financial position and to check the financial creditworthiness of such company, and they decide whether or not to allot overdraft facility to such concern. Thereafter, suppliers can analyze payment cycle, operating cycle, and can decide terms of credit. It is also one of the most important part of any organization, that is the suppliers. So the suppliers can also get their operating cycle and get their payments within their stipulated period, and can decide their terms of credit, means how many credits have to be allotted, because if the financial position is strong one, they can allot more term of credit. But if the financial position is not that much wealthy, they can think on that and they can decide the terms of credit as per that way. In this way, auditing helps to the other third parties also. After discussing the advantages, let us move towards the limitations of auditing. What is the first limitation? That is, it is not possible to examine each and every transaction of a business organization, and auditor just test check so that misstatements can exist. As it is the work of auditor to examine the business transactions, but while conducting the audit, if it is a very large organization and if the volume of transaction is more, in that case auditor face the difficulty of checking each and every minute transaction. So he adopt test check method. What is test check method? He just checks some samples out of that population or from that transactions, and give his generalized statement regarding such transactions only. So there may be possibility of any misstatements, any misrepresentations out of such examined randomly checked transactions. So accuracy of audit process cannot be ascertained. Second limitation is evidence obtained by an auditor may not be conclusive. Whatever evidences he get, that may not be fruitful, or that may not be enough one to check the financial position of any organization. So even though he has obtained any audit evidences while conducting his audit, they not be that much conclusive one. Thereafter, auditor's judgment about certain matters are not based on any scientific process, as auditor reports his judgment on the matters whatever comes to his opinion and comes to his mind that are not scientifically proved. That means it is a major drawback, because auditor gives only his judgment or his opinion which are not tested with the help of any scientific tool. That can be a problem while relying on the report provided by the auditor. That's why his judgment about certain matters cannot be scientifically tested. Then if internal control systems are not effective, auditor cannot conduct proper examination. For conducting proper auditing process, it is important that the concern should have a proper internal control system within their organization. And if such internal control systems, such internal reporting systems are not effective, that means if the controlling is not in a proper way, the auditor cannot conduct the examination in a fruitful way. So even though there are advantages, but if any organization avoids such limitations which we have discussed, it will be very fruitful for organizations to adopt auditing practices or auditing techniques. Now let us discuss about the distinction between accounting and auditing. We have already discussed the meaning of auditing, and we are also aware about the accounting which we have studied in right from our 11th. So what is the main differences? In case of accounting, what is meant by accounting? It is nothing but the recording, classifying and summarizing of business transactions to determine the operating results of the organization for a period and its financial position as on that particular date. We know that we prepare the balance sheet as on particular date, which is for a period, that is a financial year, and wherein the transactions are recorded, classified, summarized to determine the operating results of any organization. That is what about accounting. What is auditing? Auditing is nothing but examination of financial information provided by accounting. So whatever accounting record have been maintained, the examination of that accounting records is auditing. So provided by accounting so as to enable the auditor to express his opinion about the truthness and fairness of financial statements. So whatever financial statements are prepared by using accounting, that can be analyzed, that can be tested, and auditor gives his opinion about that truthness and fairness of such accounting records. Now come to the second point. What it says, there are standard accounting principles that are to be followed, like double entry system of bookkeeping. We have known that there are some principles of accounting on the basis of which the transactions are recorded in the books of accounts. The one example is double entry type of system. Now what is the auditing? In case of auditing, the examination may differ from organization to organization depending upon the number of transactions or nature of business. One point to be noted here, that standard accounting principles are applicable equally to all the organizations, but auditing practices may differ from organization to organization depending upon the nature of business as well as depending upon the number of transactions. So auditing involves major part as of accounting. Then third point says, an accountant need not necessarily be a chartered accountant, but in case of auditor should be a chartered accountant. There has been basic qualification given to work as an auditor, that is financial auditor mostly. He should be having a degree, qualified degree of chartered accountancy with the proper training and with a certificate of practice. But such qualification is not there in case of accountant. So he need not be a chartered accountant only. So any person who has accounting knowledge can conduct the accounting process. Then another more. In case of accounting, an accountant prepares the financial statements. That means the work of accountant in case of accounting is to prepare and draw the financial statements. What next? And the work of auditor adds credibility to it. Credibility in the sense, when he verifies such financial statements prepared by the accountant, and if he approves with such financial statements, if he is satisfied with such financial statements, he gives his expert opinion on it and he signs that audited financial statements on report. That means he gives credibility to such documents. Thereafter, an accountant is an employee of the organization. This is very important. But the auditor is not an employee of the organization. It is an external party. Because accountant get salary and auditors get remuneration for their work. Thereafter, there are standard accounting principles that are to be followed, like double entry system of bookkeeping, which we have already discussed. Examination of financial information provided by accounting so as to enable the auditor to express his opinion about the truthness and fairness of financial statements. So here there is no need to follow any accounting principle, but there are some standardized auditing practices and auditing procedures which are given by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, which have to be followed by the auditor. Fine. I hope you have understood this difference between accounting and auditing. After discussing distinction between accounting and auditing, let us discuss the difference between auditing and investigation. In case of auditing, it is conducted to find out whether financial statements gives a true and fair view, but investigation is carried out with a certain objective. It may be the objective of checking truth and fairness, or it can be anything else. Investigation can be carried out for any purpose, but auditing is carried out to check the financial statements and to check the truth and fairness of such statements. Second point says, Auditing of financial statements usually covers 1 year time because it is for financial year, or the financial statements are prepared for that particular financial year, and auditing is conducted for such financial statements which are prepared for such financial year. But investigation covers several years. It may range from 3 years to 7 years or more. And then next, external audit is conducted on behalf of the proprietor, and investigation can be conducted at the initiative of any party including the proprietors. So in case of audit also, external agencies are there who conduct the audit. In case of investigation also, there can be internal party or there can be external party. It may include the proprietor of the business also. Okay, so I think you have understood the difference between accounting and auditing also, and auditing and investigation also.